as it goes down toward the bottom and toward the other end of the wall, they offset a couple inches every course.
The design, it's going to look nice. I mean, you definitely have a nice looking design going for sure, with the colors and the screen pattern like that. You know, it'll definitely be a nice looking product.
At 8 inches, we're gonna start off at 8 inches, like this, and then we're gonna start closing it.
Me and Chris already built these two formworks, so those are gonna go here and here, and then on build day, I guess we're gonna set them up and then we're gonna brace the roof.
We have our plans, we have the renderings, at least 3 or 4 renderings.
And that's what they liked.
Yeah, so inside it's like an enclosure. Like in the project, you're enclosed by this tube all around. So we have these high walls. Gives you a sense of being surrounded.
This line here, is going to be plumb. Realistic.
It's not gonna be plumb, but it's gonna be.
This line coming up.
That's what I've been through.
And you probably need to instruct that there's a dowel. It's a special detail that you have a dowel into the platform at that spot.
So the angle relative to the pad of this and this is going to be really critical. So we've got to figure out some way of them communicating that angle to you so when we set them, they're done just right.
But they've done a really nice job with the drawings from it. They've given me course by course drawings. That's what they ordered.
You would already welded beforehand. Like these columns would sit in that. These columns would sit in this straight.
It's not. That's not a concern. 1/8 of an inch in masonry is not a concern.
The outside, so
But not on this frame.
We talked about really the limit of how much you can really push, and they told us 1/3, so we strictly stuck to that. We didn't go any more than that.
Couple dabs.
yeah, and it's good for everything.
We have like a 2-inch offset. I guess we're leaving a 4-inch hole in the middle of 8, so it would be
Correct.
2,
Yes.
4, and 2.
Your floor plan, you'll have that angle, the dimensioned out for Al.
Everything already laid out for you.
We're on the first day of the 2013 build weekend, and as you can see behind me, the excitement is off the charts again. What I can tell you also is that the anticipation, unlike previous years, is really unmatched in the sense that the students have been here since 6:30, half an hour earlier than a year ago. The project for this year is the PAT station in Harrison, New Jersey. And we're very excited about this particular building type because the city has a great tradition of building with masonry. And since it is a brand new structure at the edge of the railroad tracks there, the students have had a chance to study that tradition and built upon it to come up with their designs for the build.
The only problem that we might have is some of these ones that come all the way up.
What was that, Mark? 3 foot 9 1/4?
There's a battery pack that goes on these 2 bags and then this one. You know what I mean? Okay.
We get these done today so we can do that. That's why we keep recording back.
The problem is none of these are getting cut.
We had to get a steel frame built for the model so we could have a corner that is self-supporting, that there's nothing supporting it up. So we're starting out a little different than most people are.
This is where you start getting exposed to like
the actual building of this. So if you don't like this, and if you don't like the paperwork, and then you don't like the measuring and all that, then interior design maybe, graphic design, whatever, yo.
It's definitely different. It's different to build something you actually know has to stand up for once. Because when you start off in architecture school, it's a lot of building stuff that'll never get built, designing stuff that'll never get built, and it's cool to. It's a change of pace, and it's cool to think a little differently and be like, all right, now we need to get into the real aspects of it, the real build, and making stuff structural, and it's nice, it's fun.
Right now, it's just such an interesting dynamic that we spent all week doing the drawings and working on the project on the computer and putting it on paper, and now we're getting to watch it come to life. It's very, very different to see something that you worked on so hard actually breathe life.
We won't see like something that we created come to life in a few years after we like start working. So this is like a good experience for everybody, I think.
I retired out of construction not too long ago and was doing all of this, so it's nice to see it all come to full term. He started with pencil and paper, now he's into actually building. It's very exciting.
I grew up with construction all my life as well, but I mean, I have tons of respect for construction field, and it's very exciting to be actually doing something like this now, hands-on more than just drawing. So I'm having a great time. You know, I'm a little tired, but I'm very excited for the end product.
We're probably one of the only teams who took a real landscaping approach to our project, and we're really thinking of the walls as in a different manner, as something that can be separated into different ideas of structure and turning into either land or into the train idea. We have a very integrated into the site approach.
I got you solid caps for here, and I ordered you 2-inch thick caps as opposed to 4-inch thick caps.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
All right, but if you need all these, I can't take them from you.
Okay, let us do it, or just I'll let you know like 5 minutes. We do a little math.
Absolutely. This is not your problem, this is their problem.
Okay, so I'll do a little math and I'll let you know.
No problem. What was the biggest challenge this morning when you first started?
Figuring out the corners.
Yeah, the corner
we
bricks.
had a little trouble with the corners and cutting bricks, but after that, it's going smoothly now.
It's just building up. It's now it's just like course after course now. So
we're excited. We want to sit on it already.
It's really elegant and simple and to the point. Whereas we're not trying to do anything too crazy. It's kind of just solving our problem and getting to the point.
And it's also kind of focusing on this path that kind of comes from one corner to another to invite people to kind of walk through it, which is kind of like interactive.
But at the same time, it invites you to sit down and take a break from your day.
Well, our project is based on corbelling, stacking, and cribbing. So our mock-up kind of influences everything about the terminal that we built. We tried to keep it user-friendly as well.
What was the first thing you learned when you first came out here this morning?
It was really cold this morning, so just to make sure that, dress warmly. Make sure that everything is following the plans. We have the bricks pre-cut already just that we can get it up fast, make sure everything's accurate, follow the plans and the drawings.
Like the best feeling in the world to have, like, you're working so hard and putting all these hours in and working as a team, and then to finally see something that you've been, drawing and doing computer stuff. What
about the part where no one thinks you can do it?
Yeah, and a lot of people have told us that it definitely can't be built, so it's being built, and it's pretty cool. So.
But it might not work still.
I'm in Newark, working on the design build project. Been laying a lot of brick, working hard. coming to the end of the day, but I think it's going to be a little bit later day for us than we had initially planned. But they pushed the envelope with everything, trying to be as radical as possible, and you want to be radical but not fail, so it's a challenge. You said they design all these leaning, twisty things here in the field, and then when we get out in the real world, they want everything nice and straight and square and plumb and level. But this is nice, though. I like to see construction with masonry, and hopefully something like this will cultivate the continued use of the product.
I want to see a full break here, and a forward and forward. Yeah. And you want to see a head and a top.
Yeah, and the next one.
The next one is going to be a red. Let me see the other side of the going to be a head, and the next one going to step like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're going to match the other ones on to red bricks.
This year, this team has got their act together, and their wall is a reality wall. It's something that we would actually go out and build in the field. So from that standpoint, it's a nice project. It's reasonable and manageable. It doesn't have anything that's going over the top. So for us, it's a joy to build this. It's an actual world project. It's nice.
It's definitely giving us a better idea of how your design works, pretty much. So a better of how to approach it and how to tackle it when it comes to
and how to be realistic.
Yeah, for future projects, future references, we know you got a better idea of what to do. So it was definitely a big learning experience for sure.
And inspiration is like the integration between the north and south side of Harrison, and we try to combine all of the shoppers and the travelers together. So bringing down the platform to the ground and vice versa.
This is really one of the only schools that we know of that has something like this, so it's great.
Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge for this project as a whole?
Working together. And
Yes,
up with
working
everything.
together.
That was
Yeah.
one of our challenges, but
I
we were
think-
able to solve it.
Towards the end, I think we really came together as a studio, and I think that like now we kind of know how to work with people, and it really benefit us, I think.
Well, this is the beginning of the second day of 2013 build weekend. So they're halfway there. They've seen for the first time the translation of their drawings into the build condition, and it's really just a matter of completing the execution, completing the design so that it gets to be realized fully. So that's the excitement that you see behind me. It's gone really, really well. The builds really have captured the essence of the material.
Eric Schaefer with Backbrook Masonry, masonry professional. Here for the whole weekend. Yesterday was a good day. We had a few issues to work through, which worked out great today. It's going to be cutting it down to the wire as far as time, I think. Quite a few projects are hustling along, so it's going well. The kids have been great this year with helping out, running the cuts back and forth, the layout. They've been really chipping in.
It's going great. It's only a single width thick, and the fact that we were able to curve the wall and have the masons assure us that it's going to stand, it's really surprising, and it's going really well. Things have to move. You just, field measure has to happen. So everything's not exactly as it is in the drawings. You got to account for whatever goes wrong or whatever you need.
Go Team Dark Green!
I'm Özgür Shah. I'm the Dean of the College of Architecture and Design. It's a marvel every year to see that yet another generation of students has found a new way to explore this material. Everybody will leave this experiment today feeling that they have learned something. Whether they're people who build or people who design, they've all learned something. And they will leave with an amazing amount of respect for each other, which is what this exercise is about. So we are extremely grateful to the masonry industry of New Jersey to make this amazing thing possible.
That's what I was talking about, right?
I'm Gabriel Fuentes, second year faculty. I'm representing Team Black, here for emotional support more than anything. It's a great learning experience for them because they've spent 2 years now working on paper and in model, and for them to actually see their product built, I think for them is very exciting. They've also learned about the challenges of doing the simplest things, right? And kind of working with each other and working with other people, and it's been quite a ride.
I'm Jorge Prado. I'm the critic for Team Blue, and this is our build. Well, for the students, this is the biggest semester of their education at this point. The first 3 years of their program are their core years. The second semester, second year build is the highlight of their core year. They basically come together, they actually work for the first time as a team on a team project, and then they join the Masons and they actually see some of that work built in the field. So for them it's invaluable. I mean, it's the first time a lot of these guys actually see material and actually see how business is executed on a job site. So just the fact that they had to prepare for it and then interact with the Masons to finalize their details and then actually participate in the build, this is something that's unique to the program, and it's for them it's the thing that they remember most about the first 3 years of their education here.
Any of the bricks we lay on the inside, we got to strike before we go up. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be closed off as we go. All right. You're going to 45 here, though. You're all going to 45. It's 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. Still a lot of work to get done here behind me. The projects this year are as good as ever. The weather has been fantastic all weekend, and we're all very excited to see what the results are. So let's all sit down, let's relax, and let's get the awards underway.